off-market listings and how do you find off-market properties. As you know, there's bidding wars going on right now. So if you're looking for homes or thinking of buying an income property, there's bidding wars out there. There's 5, 10, up to 20 offers when a house comes for sale. Not only that, there's homes selling way over list price. So before I talk about how to find off-market properties or how I find off-market properties, I wanted to just talk briefly about why we are in this situation. Well, there's several reasons why there's very tight inventory, which causes this phenomenon which we call bidding wars and over the list price sales. One, interest rates are very low. So a lot of the people who are renting are getting into the buyer's market. A lot of people are moving up with this low interest rate. The second reason there's low inventory is because of the COVID-19. A lot of the sellers want to just stay put and wait before they move until all this slows down. And the third reason why inventory is low is over the past 4 or 5 years, this has been the trend, especially in Southern California and when it comes to Orange County and LA County. As you know, there's not much land to be developed. So there's no new construction going on. So when there's not enough construction, when there's not enough homes being built, the demand is still there. So the high demand because of low construction, low interest rate, and the COVID situation, we have this situation where there's bidding wars. By the way, while you're watching this video, I would really appreciate it if you can subscribe to my channel and also hit the bell button. I post these videos every week and I have new videos on trends, lifestyles, and statistics. So if you can subscribe, maybe right now, I'll really appreciate it. So let me talk briefly about how I find properties for you or an investor, the techniques I use to find homes. The first method I use to find homes is I actually call expired or canceled listings, so I contact them. The second way I find off-market properties is I have a database of all the for sale by owners, not only in Anaheim Hills, but all of Orange County and Riverside in LA County. So that's another source to find off-market properties. By the way, I'm going to give you a bonus tip where I find off-market properties at the end. So please stick around, and this is a very good bonus that you may want to know. So let's go to the next tip on what I use to find off-market properties. Over the years, I've been in business for over 22 to 23 years, and I've developed a large database of buyers, sellers, investors who may sell at a certain time. So when I have a specific buyer looking for a specific home, I can go into the database and actually call some people or email them and see what kind of home they have. And if it matches your criteria, I may contact them and they may sell. So that's a good way to do it too. The other tip I use, which has worked very well for me over the years, not only in this kind of market, but other markets, is I actually contact the neighborhood. So let's say you wanted to find a house in the 92807 zip code, which is a zip code in Anaheim Hills, and you wanted a certain area of Anaheim Hills in 92807, let's say the Highlands. What I do is I actually get a name and numbers and addresses of certain homes that fit your criteria, and I actually either mail to them saying that, hey, I have a serious buyer, or I either call them or I can email them. So this is one way that I do direct prospecting, which is an aggressive method, but I found many homes like this, especially investment properties for my clients. The next tip I have is, again, because I've been in business so long, I have a database of all the top producing agents in this neighborhood or in a certain neighborhoods. Let's say that I know the few top agents in the 92807 zip code or the 92808 zip code or Anaheim zip codes. So if I know that a certain agent is a specialist in condos, or if I know of an agent that's a specialist in luxury market, and because I have the contact with these agents, I just call them up and say, hey, I have a client, for example, looking for a 4,000 square feet home with a pool and a view, etc. And he may know some sellers that may want to sell. So we have this interaction between the agent to agent that may have private listings, and that's one way we've sold. And we've actually sold in such cases, even in this current market. So as promised, I'm going to talk about the bonus tip that we have. So as I mentioned to you, I belong to First Team Real Estate in Anaheim Hills. I've been with them for over 7 years. And one of the features that First Team has is what we call the sneak preview. We have a special app So all the agents, and we have approximately 2,400 agents. So when an agent has a house coming up for sale, they post on this app that I may have a house coming up in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. This is the price range, this is the city. So we know when an agent posts within the First Team agent network that house is coming, I can call them immediately and say I have a buyer. And before it hits the market, we can have a sale. At the same time, we also post, if I have a specific buyer, let's say I have somebody looking in Anaheim Hills for a 4 bedrooms, 2 bath with a large backyard, under $1 million, for example, I can post that want ad within that sneak preview. So when I post that, other agents will look at that, or they may look at it and say, hey, I have a listing coming up in 2 weeks, so we can put the buyers and sellers together. So that's the bonus tip.